been a while since I've told you about things that I've liked, but that doesn't mean I haven't been liking things. Hi everybody, today I am going to be telling you all about the things that have been favorites of mine for the month of August, but actually probably for the summer as well. I haven't done a favorites video in a few months, partly because I just haven't felt like doing it, partly because I haven't felt like turning the camera on my face, to be honest. I've been in like a summertime schlumpy state where I've just not been feeling super confident about putting my face on camera. I wasn't feeling it, and I'm still not really feeling it. So instead, I'm just going to do this with my hands because that way I'm getting it done and I can tell you about some things I've been loving. So now, before this turns into a downer video, I'm going to tell you about some of this shit. And the first thing is a primer. I'm going to be talking about some non-planner related things first and then some planner related things after. And this primer is the first of the non-related things. It is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. Now, the reason I'm using this, and this is not something I ever would have used in the past, is because I'm on some new medication. One of them is a diuretic, and even though I have always had extremely oily skin and my nose is still a bowl of Crisco, the rest of my face is very dehydrated and there's dry patches. And no matter how much water I drink, no matter how much moisturizer I wear, the moisturizer I've been using has been helping, but it's still there. And so this thing actually feels like rubbing just cool fabulousness on top of my face in the morning. I'm not wearing a lot of makeup right now. The most is like a tinted moisturizer, which is like super cheap. I got it at, the drugstore for like $5. This is a pricey primer. It's $34, but it makes my skin feel hydrated and less tight and less like crusty in the dry spots. Like very, very minimal makeup, but this is helping my skin feel good. I got it at Ulta, $34. Expensive, but for me, this is my second bottle. It's worth it. The second thing is also kind of beauty related, and it's these In Cocoa nail polish appliques. They're like nail polish strips. Now, people have been commenting on my nails lately because I've been painting them again, but I haven't been painting them again. I've been putting these little nail strips on, and I'm kind of clumsy at it, but it's going okay. And the reason I'm trying them is because I'm finding that they're easier for me to manage than regular nail polish, in part because I cannot for the life of me paint my right hand with my left hand. It's so goofy. It looks awful. And also my nails have been really, again, going into the kidney disease, my nails have been really, they flake, they split, they're very weak. And these things, I've been putting them on and they're not peeling off the way that nail polish has been. I'll show you what they look like. This is one I had open because I thought I was going to wear it, but then I didn't. So I'm going to go back into it later. They're these strips. You trim them to fit your nail. They're sticky. You just smooth them on. I've gotten at least 2 wears out of these for a package, and they're $5.99 on the Ulta website. I haven't seen them in store though. And then there's these ones, actually the glittery ones. I think these ones are $7.99, but most of the ones I've gotten are solids, and those are $6. I know that there's some direct sales companies that sell shit like this, but A, it's more expensive, and I didn't want to put that much money out when I didn't know if I was going to like it. And B, I'm just, generally speaking, I'm not anti-direct sales, but I'm very wary when it comes to purchasing from direct sales because I hate getting messages offering me the opportunity. I got burned by a direct sales company and shitty directors. I was in one many years ago. It burned me, and ever since then I've been very skittish. I'm not against the products and I'm not against my friends selling them, but I'm not always a fan of the sales pitch that comes with it. So I wanted to try this before I decide to reach out to my friends who sell some of the other ones and see if maybe I can try out some of the different patterns. So I'm not sure yet. The other thing I want to mention with these is that when you take them off, you can use nail polish remover to get them off, but you have to go over your nails twice. They just say use nail polish remover to take them off. Sure, that sounds all well and good, but when you're actually taking them off with nail polish remover and you get the color off, there's still this layer of spoogey adhesive that's left, and you just have to do the nail polish remover twice. So I want to tell you that because it kind of grossed me out the first time until I realized what was happening. Now, this thing is the example of what happens when I get influenced by an influencer. Full disclosure, my friend Jen Dufour started posting these on her Instagram, and I went and checked them out, and I bought myself a couple as a Mother's Day present, and hell yes, do I love these. They're the Brew Mate They're insulated wine glasses, and you can put more than wine in them, of course. Now, they have a lid. When I'm at home and I'm drinking out of it, I don't bother with the lid. I just have it here. But when I'm out and about, I put the lid on, and then it closes, and you can open it up to drink out of it. Not like I drink when I'm driving or anything, you guys. Let's be realistic here. I don't do that shit. But there have been some outdoor gigs that I have gone to of my husband's where you can bring wine if you're sitting in the park. Some parks allow that here, and I will bring some rosé in one of these things, and I will sit and enjoy a glass of rosé, and it stays cold, and it's classy, and I love it, and this is just great. They are, I think, around $20 each. They have a ton of different colors and finishes. If you like drinking wine or cold beverages, it's just kind of like a fancy way to do it. And now I'm going to move forward to something that's not expensive, because I feel like I'm going back and forth. Expensive primer, inexpensive nail strips, expensive coffee cup. What do we got next? Something for $3, and that is this situation. This is the last really non-planner adjacent item, I swear. The Lipton cold brew family size tea bags. Some of you guys know that I have a Dr. Pepper problem. Like, no lie. I used to drink like almost a 2-liter of it a day a couple years ago. And my doctor told me that even if I'm not perfect on the sadness diet, which, spoiler alert, I'm not, if I give up drinking Dr. Pepper and dark sodas, then he will be a little bit more understanding if I still haven't given up cheese. The way I've gotten through that is by drinking unsweetened iced tea, and I've been going to Starbucks at least once a day, and that adds up, you guys. It gets pricey, and I don't mind doing it still once in a while, but I needed another alternative. I like making iced tea. I hate waiting for it to cool off, and the sun tea thing, I was going to make that. I Googled it to try making it like my mom did, then I got scared by all of the bacteria problems that could come with making sun tea, and I was like, oh fuck, what do I do? Enter these dudes. You just put cold water on top of them, you let it sit for 10 minutes, and you have iced tea. And it's delicious. I put 4 of these in the gallon-sized container. I pour a gallon of cold water on top, let it sit for like 10-15 minutes. Then I stick it in the fridge, and I have iced tea for a few days. So that's what I've been doing. It works out great. It's bland. It's not like, super fancy British tea or anything, but it makes decent, fast, convenient iced tea. And a box of these makes a little under 6 gallons of iced tea, and it costs about the same as one of my Trenta unsweetened white iced teas, which I do still get. I just don't get as many because I have to spend all my money on Brewmates and expensive primer now, apparently. Also, I should mention that I got these at Target. There's often a tote on my favorites because I love totes, and this is just one of her standard totes. For perspective, there's my Erin Condren on it. This is the side-eye Steve tote. She's got these in a couple of the different Steve faces. You can pick your color as well as the pattern that you have on it, and I love her totes. They're simple. And this guy has become the bag that I put my laptop into and my planner. If I'm going to go work at the aforementioned Starbucks, then this is what, because I'm like, you know what? It's telling people to leave me alone. Don't look at me. Look at my bag. It'll tell you what I think. $25 on her website. You can go check it out. I've got it linked down below. I wasn't going to include this, and I glanced at it and realized how much this has saved my life. I've done a lot of work on the iPad, and the Apple Pencil is so narrow, and I'm so heavy-handed, and I have tendinitis, and I was getting really bad pain from using it for long periods of time. So I thought I would order something to put on it, and I've seen people with fancy-ass fucking covers and skins for their Apple Pencils, and I didn't want to spend that much money if I didn't know if it was going to work for me or not. Enter in this silicone thing. I don't even know what it's called. It's got some name. I have it linked down below, but it's some long ass fucking name. You just pull the top off here to get your Apple Pencil charging, then you can put it right back on. They have in different colors, but I love this teal, and it doesn't make the Apple Pencil super fat, but it makes it just fat enough to give me a little bit more to grip onto, which helps mitigate some of that pain. And having this grip here is really helpful to hang on to it as well. So this hasn't come off my Apple Pencil since I got it. It's been on. I've had it for I think at least 2 months, if not 3 months. And I've done a shit ton of work on the iPad, and this thing has saved my butt. It's made it so that I can work for a few hours and not have to stop because my hand is about to crumble. But it's only $6 and you can get it on Amazon. Now that was a digital pen. This is a real pen. Now I have been using the Pilot Razor Point Fineliners in my planner and in my bullet journal for several months now. But when I originally looked for them, what I wanted was a different Pilot Fineliner They look almost exactly the same, but they're different. The tips are different. I think the tip is less fine. It's a little bit bolder. I found this at my art supply store, and now I've been able to locate them on Amazon. I ordered a box of them to come in. So this is just the standard Pilot Fineliner. You can see the price tag that I pulled off of here because I got it at my art supply store. The razor point has a yellow circle up here on top. This one has a white one. The tip is a little pointier. Like, I'll get the razor point and you can see the difference between the two of them. As you can see there, the razor point's on the bottom, the regular Fineliner's on the top. The razor point's tip is a little finer, a little smaller, and I prefer the regular Fineliner over the razor point. I like them both. I think they're both great pens. The pen is also, the razor point is gray with a yellow top, and the regular Fineliner is black with a white top. This pen is just very comfortable to write with. It does smear. It's not a quick drying pen, so I don't know if this would be lefty friendly, but for me, it has been one of my favorite pens in my planner as of late. And then for the third writing utensil, it's these Ecoline brush pens. Now, these have been recommended to me for quite some time now. These are the pens that have the Ecoline liquid watercolors in them. They're expensive. These are $60 for the pack of 30, and I wasn't ready to drop that money. I bought some of these, and I haven't done a video on them yet, but I've been using them here and there. I've used them a few times in my bullet journal. Side note, they do bleed, so I did wind up pasting pages together, but I used them in my bullet journal, and I used them when I did my big brainstorming session. And I just love how beautiful they are. They're juicy, they're beautiful, they leave a gradient, they're blendable. I'm going to do a whole video on these next week so you can see my full thoughts on them, but I figured I'd preview that by just telling you that I got these pens, the colors are stunning, and I really like them. They, to me, so far have been worth the price. My favorite stickers this month, and I've got a bunch of stickers in from the big collab sale that happened, and I'll show more of those as we go on, but these ones are ones that I've just been loving. Most of you know I have a podcast. I also love listening to podcasts, but I haven't found podcast stickers that I really loved until I saw these. These are from K Glam Co. So these are some of the podcast stickers that she does. She also has a fall palette of these that I have somewhere, but these are her rainbow ones, and these are these other little podcast event stickers with a podcast icon, and then these ones are in black, and I just love the colors. They're very vibrant. The paper is like a soft matte. They're kind of colors that can go really well with a whole bunch of different color palettes in your planner, and as I do a lot of podcast stuff, I've really been looking for stickers that would work for me, and these thus far have been it. If you like listening to podcasts, these are great to remind you on the days your podcasts go live. Hint, hint, mine go live on Mondays, or on the days you intend to catch up on your podcasts. These don't just have to be for people who are recording podcasts. These would also be great for people who consume them. And if you haven't consumed podcasts, hint, hint, mine comes out on Monday. God, I feel slimy. In general, though, like, they're great for driving, for walking, for things, or like when you're cleaning your house, when you don't have time to watch a video, but you like want to hear something in the background, they're great for that. If you have been paying any sort of attention to my bullet journal videos for the past couple of weeks, you know that I have been finally actually memory keeping as opposed to just fronting and saying I'm going to memory keep. And in large part, it's due to these two items. This is the HP Sprocket printer. I bought this because I figured, if I had a printer to print pictures, I might have a better chance of taking them. I'm not great at taking pictures of things besides my planners for Instagram, and I'm not good at documenting things with pictures, and in part maybe because having them just sit somewhere in the cloud or on your computer just seems so like existential to me. So I got this so that I would have them to print out and be able to stick them somewhere, and that the paper that you get with this has a sticky back. So I've been using this in my bullet journal to memory keep, and so here are some of the pictures. Now, it's not perfect. Like, the pictures come out a little bit grainy sometimes or a little bit weirdly colored, but I'm fine with that. I'm not looking for, if I wanted amazing quality pictures, I'd go get them professionally printed. But this works really well for the purpose that it serves, and you can get this on Amazon. I got it at Amazon, $130, and it came with some paper. The paper is a little pricey. I mean, the printer is pricey too, but the paper itself, the refills are pricey. I'm really trying to do this for my kids and for myself, so I can cut down my spending in other areas to fund the picture taking. And then this sticker book, I walked through this when I got the Amy Tangerine and the Avery collection, and this was kind of not part of the collection, but I got it at the same time. Well, this book was one of the things that inspired me to start memory keeping, because there were so many fun stickers in it, but none of them really seemed like the kind of stickers I would use in my planner. They're more decorative than that, just not my thing. But as you can see, flipping through this, like, I've been using the stickers a lot, and it's been almost exclusively in my memory keeping. So this sticker book is available on Amazon. So is the HP printer. I forgot to check the price on this. I think it's $10, but I could be wrong about that. But it'll be linked down below if you want to go check it out. It's an amazing sticker book. I do a full flip through of it in that video that I will link up above, so you can go check it out. And then the last thing I want to talk about is this bullet journal, this Scribbles That Matter white with the black strap bullet journal. I love Scribbles That Matters journals. You guys know that. My last two before this bullet journals were this same notebook in different colors, but there is something about this white one that is sexy as fuck, and I love it. And like, I have, got a couple marks on it, but for the most part, it's still pretty pristine looking, and it's gone through a lot of shit. You can see like on the sides, like where stuff is leaked and whatever. I'm about halfway through with it. Actually, I've only done August in this, and August has pretty much gone halfway because of the memory keeping. So I'm probably going to have to order another one for October. And I am thinking about ordering another one of these because I really like this one. I'm not sure if I want to try a different color or not to keep from getting bored, but right now I'm not bored. I want to order this before I go to town this month, and probably early in the month. Scribbles That Matter journals tend to go in and out of stock. Like, the different colors aren't always available. So I don't know if I'm going to go with this, but I'm going to need to make a decision probably in the next week or so. But it's so beautiful. Like, it is stunning. And I just love looking at it. Like, looking at it on my desk makes me happy. I think it's $20, the same price as all of their other journals are. So those are my favorites for the month of April or August. God, what month? What month is it? It's August. Favorites for the month of August. Really, some of these are favorites for the summer. What were you loving this summer? Is there anything, like, does it have to be planner related, planner, non-planner related? Let us know down in the comments. This is my favorite spot to be enabled. There's other videos I do where I'm trying to promote conscious consumerism, and my favorites videos are not one of them. Let us know what you love down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.